this week's episode of Zoomer versus Boomer, and we are covering the coronavirus. Everybody's talking about the coronavirus. I mean, it's going to wipe out half the world's population, so we got to be talking about it.
And it just arrived in the Netherlands, so
how many cases do you
I'm
guys
ready
have?
to talk about it too.
How many cases do you guys have?
2, but their entire families got infected, so 10 now.
Jesus Christ. Because I think we're up to 12 in Canada last I checked, 7 in BC and 5 in Ontario. But I want to point out that a couple weeks ago, Italy only had 10 cases. And now they're at 400, over 400 now.
Yeah, but that all happened in one weekend.
Yeah, I know. It shot up.
It was crazy.
In 24 hours, it went up 25%. It went up from just under 300 to 400 cases. And now I think it's coming up on 500 there.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Have you seen their store shelves? Have you seen what their store shelves look like? Like, people are just raiding. And then San Francisco declared a state of emergency.
Seriously?
The CDC is talking about how they can't produce a vaccine for it because it keeps evolving and its protein strains are off the fucking charts. It's become like a super virus. The CDC officially said it's on. This is going to be a shit show. Have you seen the reports coming out of the UK?
I mean, a ton of them, another person got infected, this and this and that.
The UK released some documents got leaked. They're expecting 80% of the population to get infected.
What the fuck?
Dude, I got serious into the coronavirus this week. To the point where I almost went to the store and bought packs of water bottles and canned food out the ass. I almost started preparing, and then I was like, you know what? Wait, I'm gonna calm down. But then I went to the grocery store this week, and the canned food aisles are fucked. And we only got 12 cases here. No, 12 known cases, I should say.
It's kind of smart, but also people have been watching way too many zombie movies.
Oh, for sure, dude. I have a bug out bag. Let's not. I have a bug out bag. I have a place to go. So I'm not. That's why I'm not concerned about stocking up on stuff. I just need to have enough stuff to get me through the first little bit. Actually, you know what? As soon as I hear the Italy things, 400 cases and growing, and the shelves are all gone, I'm already gone to my dad's. Fuck my clients. I'm gone to my dad's. Fuck paying rent.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. My dad's on over 100 acres of just bush, out in the middle of the woods. His closest neighbor is a kilometer away, except for some other guy that lives in a shed that's on the other side of his acreage. But
yeah, but you'll be fine then. Do you have guns there?
Oh, guns, dude! Deer, elk, and moose walk up to my dad's porch.
Okay.
It's shooting fish in a barrel. Plus, he lives on his.
I don't have to worry about.
Oh, dude. I'm gone. I leave civilization. We turn into Italy over here. We start growing 25% every 24 hours. Boom. I'm gone. I'm just going to the reservation. That's what's up.
That's crazy. Holy shit.
I have a bug out bag. All I need to do is get there.
Okay, so I had this one friend who has a home in the mountains, a giant ski lodge. I'm going there. He gave me the address. I'm just flying there with full protection.
You're gonna fly there? I wouldn't get on a plane or go near an airport.
If it got that big, I don't know. I just wear full protection.
Just make sure that the mask, because I saw another thing come out
Eyes.
Where a lot of the masks and stuff like that you can get, that a lot of people are buying, made in China.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: because of the mass rush and the way people have been buying them up, there are new stock coming in that just came in from China since the outbreak happened. Check where your shit's made. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying.
I'll make a makeshift one.
But what I've heard is don't get those paper masks. You got to go to a Home Depot. I don't know what you guys have for home renovation stores or whatever over there.
Oh yeah.
Go to one of those places. Get a 3M certified respirator mask. It's got the filters on it and shit like that.
Mask.
This thing's got. This is basically a gas mask, is what I'm talking about. It's for painting.
Oh, so it also covers the eyes.
Well, no, you have to get separate goggles. This just covers the face, but it's a full rubber seal with filters on it. It's for spray painting, so you don't breathe in paint fumes and shit like that. So it's got built-in filters that you can change out and shit. It's a serious piece of equipment, and that's what I'm gonna go get those. Gotta get goggles. Have you, dude?
I'm just gonna die because I'm broke.
the thing that gets me the most. I don't know if you've seen these stories, and I should have pulled up one of these stories. I really should have. I didn't. I pulled up a bunch of myth
Yeah.
stuff. But have you seen the videos coming out of China? I know I sent you one of
My
them.
my dad was like obsessed with them, so I've seen a ton.
Dude, people getting hit with quarantines, getting netted and shit like that. Like some serious shit coming out of China. It's like straight
It's
up apocalypse. Like the video I sent you, the first video I saw, I was like, that's like straight out of a fucking horror movie. Only it's
it's a
real
fuck
life.
fest. It's a fuck fest for
It
sure.
is. It is. The other thing that really like the disgusting thing. Again, I wish I guess I probably could find an article on it. The people
The
who are like,
racism,
what's that?
the racism.
Well, there's obviously that you're gonna have like people like the racism towards Asians and like you have an article about that from Australia that you shared that we'll
True.
jump into here in a minute. But the thing that disgusts me the most is these people that have the coronavirus. They've like been
Yeah.
affected. They like confirmed you're infected. They're licking their hands, wiping it on elevators, spitting on elevator buttons, spitting on handrails,
Yeah. What the?
literally
Yeah.
trying to
Exactly.
spread the infection.
Cunts.
Like, it's disgusting. Like, can you imagine being that big of a piece of shit?
Exactly. Yeah. I think I
Like,
saw like an article on "I'm a total piece of shit" on Reddit. So
oh,
yeah.
it's because people are actually
Exactly.
doing it. But like, what's crazy that kind of comes back to that. Are you familiar with WoW? Obviously, you're familiar with World of Warcraft. But did you ever play it, or do you follow any news on it?
Uh, I mean, I the Leroy Jenkins stuff.
Well, there's another event outside of Leroy Jenkins, not as big, but pretty big considering this, because the CDC is actually using it and taking it seriously. It was the corrupted blood.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened on World of Warcraft was they did this boss that like would corrupt and then like infect players while they were there fighting the boss, but then people would
Okay.
teleport out and it would stay on them. Like it was supposed to leave after they left the actual raid, but it didn't. And so they were infecting villages and it actually spread like an actual disease. And so you
Mm-hmm.
had people like healers and stuff trying to cure it. You had assholes trying to spread it. And WoW actually, Blizzard actually had to reset the servers. Everything gone to fix it. That's how big a problem. They could not stop it. And now the CDC, there's articles, I could pull up the articles on that as well. Now, like, the CDC is looking at that and using that as, like, a reference of what's going to happen with this. That's how, like, WoW is
And
actually
World of Warcraft. What the fuck?
from
Okay.
a World of Warcraft glitch. Like, I can
Can
probably
I
pull it
can I
up.
get some credible sources?
Corrupted blood.
No, like that the CDC uses
Yeah,
that.
no, bring it up. Corrupted blood, WoW plague. It'll come up with this search.
Did you see China banned Plague Inc? The fucking game everybody has been memeing with this with Corona.
What's that story?
Plague Inc. Like when it
Oh yeah,
first
yeah,
came
yeah.
out,
All the memes around
everybody was
Plague
like
Inc.
memeing it with like Plague Inc. and like oh Greenland safe and all that. And fucking China banned Plague Inc. It's
That's
crazy.
hilarious. But yeah, this
Yeah.
is this is from 2015. This article specifically, but Corrupted Blood: How Epidemiologists Use World of Warcraft to Save Lives. The video game has to teach top researchers about epidemics, death, and human behavior. Because
I
this
mean,
event took place in 2005,
holy shit.
right? But now
Okay,
there's
I was like four. I was
yeah.
four then.
Where is I know there was a bigger article about it.
The fuck? But I mean, and then it was some kind
Oh,
of
sorry, it's not the
social
CDC, it's the
experiment in a
GDC.
sense.
It is, and that's what it was. They used it because when they can predict. They have like computers that can run like a simulation, if you will. But a
Hmm.
simulation can't 100% account for how humans actually act. Whereas this World of Warcraft event actually does. Because you're like,
True,
oh well,
but
people aren't going to
also
actually spread it, but there are people actually spread it.
true, but like also, uh, normal people can't travel by like warping and being on dragons and stuff. So
But
I
like
guess
we have planes, we have
true.
planes, we have trains,
Teleportation,
we have all
like
these different ways that
teleportation.
people.
Like let me phrase it like this: there's no border control in World of Warcraft.
That's
I
true.
think that's
There's
stopping
no,
a lot of
but
it.
that's true. There's nobody.
I guess the
Um,
only reason it's isolated in so
Here it is: corrupted blood and coronavirus. What World of Warcraft can tell us about the spread of disease?
it's crazy.
right? Like they're actually using this corrupted blood event to compare to what's going on with the coronavirus right now.
You know, those gamers are like, oh yeah, when the apocalypse hits, only the gamers know what to do. They're
like,
gonna be fucking right. They're gonna be right, and I'm gonna hate it.
Oh my god. One small coding error caused a pandemic that killed millions in the online game, and it could still be of interest to scientists today. Now, this is from February 13th, 2020, this article. But, like, you can see the picture on my screen right now, right?
I get that for sure. No, but, like, if those people are really starting to be right, I'm just gonna lick a bunch of Asians. I don't care.
I just want to die. I'm over. I'm ending it all. But, like, this picture from the game that you can see on the screen right now, I'm sharing it with the stream as well. Like, this is what World of Warcraft looked like. All the dead bodies on the ground, because it was just mass wiping out people. And people were running from cities and stuff like that. They wouldn't go into cities. They were pulling, like, fucking South Park WoW, just going out into the woods and killing boars. Because they couldn't go near cities or towns. Because as soon as you go down into the cities, boom. And it's not just the players. Their pets got infected, too.
What the fuck? Oh,
dude, it was a serious.
Did you see the dog? The dog got infected.
A dog got coronavirus. So animals are getting infected now too.
Animals can get coronavirus.
That's scary as fuck. That's scary as fuck, dude.
Yeah, pet dog in Hong Kong in quarantine. I'll pull it up.
Okay, let's bring this up on the screen here. But yeah, I thought it was amazing.
Like, can you imagine, like, all the depressed millennials just start to lick people, fucking Bruno Bucciarati style, you know? Like, it'll just be one big JoJo reference. I think I won't even mind that I'm gonna die.
Well, from what I know, the reason
that was in Italy too.
Oh, really? Italy's the next biggest place next to no. Sorry. South Korea got hit pretty hard. South Korea got hit pretty hard as well.
No, I mean, like, JoJo's also in Italy. That's why.
Oh, okay. Coronavirus.
Like, fuck the Simpsons. JoJo's predicting everything now. Oh yeah, my driving instructor told me today he had, like, the Simpsons cartoon that predicts coronavirus, but I don't believe it.
Oh no, that's the one where, like, they order something from China and then somebody sneezes in the box and it comes out. But that could have been, you could have said the same thing about, it predicted SARS. It predicted, like, any sickness that's coming out of China in the last, like, 2 decades. You could have said, Simpsons, like, predicted it.
I saw, like, a box with, like, Corona on it, but that's, like, fake.
Yeah, no, that's Photoshop, 100%. I'm trying to find a live update map of the infections right now. There we go. Washington Post has the map. Are you kidding me? Come on, I hate these fucking $1 a month. You Washington Post, you're out of your fucking minds. Go suck your dicks.
Oh, it's just house cat flu, not coronavirus. So yeah, it's fake. But, I mean, kinda.
I just want, like, an actual map of it spreading.
The thing weren't, like, in the
interactive map. Here we go.
It was coughing on. Yeah, but all those maps I saw, like, one with progression and data is beautiful, but, like, it's already outdated.
Oh, dude! When I looked at a map from a video that came out the other day on YouTube, and it showed Italy at, like, 10 to 20 cases. And I'm like, dude, in a week they went up from 10 to 20 to 400. But part of that is because the coronavirus, it actually has, like, I think a 21-day gestation period. Like, it's in your body, activating itself for, like, up to 21 days plus. So you don't even know you have it. You're walking around, you're spreading this fucking disease. You don't even know you have it for, like, 21 days.
Whew. It's getting hectic.
Dude, it's getting serious. So France is at 38, Thailand 41, Kuwait 43, Germany's up at 48 now. You got the US with 60 cases, Japan 214, Iran 270 in Iran. South Korea's at over 2,000. I mean, obviously you got mainland China. They got 78,000 cases. And that's just the confirmed cases, because a lot of the things, like, I've read, is the initial signs are the same as your, like, average flu. And some people don't, like, it doesn't get really bad for some people. Some people will go through it, like, will go through the actual coronavirus and it'll be like, I just have the flu.
Exactly, but
They
like,
won't even realize they
does it
have
like
corona.
evolve afterward? Does it like die out like for
Well,
some
some people
stuff?
get through it. I mean, sometimes your immune system just fights this thing off. It's definitely something that happens. People have gotten it and gotten over it, but there's
Oh,
people who
like
get it and
they're
it gets
actually like
worse.
they're over it, but can is
But it
like
could
it
still
is
be
that
spreading. Who
yeah,
knows how it's
what
working?
I but like what I want to know, are you done? Are you then like done with the virus? Are like the cells dead, or can like the virus, the genes mutate, and then like it can get worse,
Well,
and you're still stuck with it?
that's what we don't know right now.
Okay,
Right? Like
fuck.
we don't know that right now. We don't like that's what CDC is saying. Like it's evolving on the spot. Like the protein strains in this virus are like crazy. Yo, okay, so Italy's up to 1,128 cases.
11.
1,128 cases in Italy right now.
Oh wait, let me see.
Here, I'll share this. I'll share this interactive map with you.
No, I see it. I see it.
Oh, you see it? Okay, cool. This is the live map.
Holy shit.
Total
It's kind
deaths just under 3,000. Like it's getting crazy. It is getting crazy.
we're getting kind of fucked.
I mean, this is just the data they're sharing. Like I said, like there was documents that the UK leaked about it being like 80% of the population is expected to get infected.
Whoever is playing this game of Plague Inc. IRL, can you like stop
Like
doing that?
that's the thing, right?
Like it's kind of like they kind of suck because we discovered it very early, but now they're spending like a bunch of their points to like slow down research. You know, instead of that's like a strategy in there. Instead of like developing symptoms and making it lethal, you just like work against research and mutate a lot.
give it the time it needs to actually grow.
Exactly.
But from what I know, it's already a super virus. It's already a super virus.
Like it's gonna go like down in history and stuff.
Oh, definitely. But like, I mean, I'm sure you've seen the memes going out there. But like, it's just general knowledge. But 1720, 1820, 1920, now 2020, like, boom, 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 boom. They all hit. Like I'm like this has like made me think even more so. Like I was already pretty fucking insane about this, but like I'm pretty sure we're living in a simulation.
That's
You
like
know what I mean?
honestly,
Like
every time 20s, what the fuck? It just comes out of nowhere and then
it's absolutely insane. On the dot, like the 20, like I think it goes back further than that. I just started at
so
1720.
what I want to know is it like confirmed that it came from like the food market or was it because of like the test center?
Okay, from what that's the other thing that I've heard is that it's coming. It wasn't like it's not something natural. It's something that was designed in a lab. And
Exactly.
from
Where like where they also did like SARS.
yeah, and so basically it's a mutated version of SARS. They took SARS and they mutated it into what the coronavirus, and then it escaped the lab. Like it wasn't meant to leak out. It escaped the lab, and then I don't know how true
Okay.
this is because I didn't look into it. I just heard it. So this is
Okay.
allegedly, but allegedly, the company that's working on it is the Umbrella Corp logo, only with green instead of red. I don't know if
What's
that's
Umbrella Corp?
photoshopped or just a meme that's being spread out.
Am I too young for this? Umbrella Corp?
Umbrella, it's Resident Evil.
Oh,
Resident Evil
yeah.
is Umbrella Corp is like the big corporation that started the virus in Resident Evil. And apparently, I've just seen memes about it, so I don't know how true it is. You can't trust memes, obviously, but it's they're showing that like this is the logo of the company that accidentally released the
I
coronavirus.
see the logo. You know what the company is called?
What's it called?
No, I'm asking you.
Oh no, I don't know.
Because I'm looking at the Umbrella Corp's logo. Uh, go with Corona
I'll take a look. I'm googling it right now.
logo.
Images.
It's not at all the same.
No, okay. So it's just memes putting it out there. Like,
Oh, well, I kind of see it.
can you share
To
the
be
link
fair.
that you have?
Okay, wait, I'll
That saves me
like
from having to Google stuff live on stream.
for sure. Like,
If you've already found it, I mean.
yeah, this is Umbrella Corp, which I just linked, and then the Corona lab one is like the right one here. Oh, no, it's the left one.
Okay, so that's legitimate. It's legitimate. Wow. Okay, so this is the actual
I
comparison.
mean, they're both crosses.
They are, but like, look, it's the difference is green to red. That's the only difference. Now, did this RLSW Has it been around long enough? Like, was it before Resident Evil, and Resident Evil was like, oh, let's just take this logo and change it, and we'll make that part of the game, or did RLSW take it from?
Oh, I see. I see. Like the other stuff, like inside of the emblem, or when you look at like, becomes more clear if you look at this picture.
Like that's pretty crazy.
Look, if you just compare right now,
It's very close. It's very close.
it is. What the fuck?
Like this is the kind of shit that I see where I'm like, oh yeah, we're living in a simulation. Like 100%, we're living in a simulation, and that's what's going on. Like Germany's already at 100. Like if I look at what's scary is I look at this picture up here. Germany, just like when this original picture was taken, 60, right? Or 48, sorry, 48. And now live, Germany's already up at 117. I just wish I could see when this picture was taken that they're sharing on the main page, so I could know how much time has passed. This was back when Italy had
deaths in Iran, 27 deaths in Italy. People are dying so quick.
This is the time where I'm like, yo, I wish I could just like write off everything, not have to worry about like if nothing happens, I can come back home. This is when I wish I had a paid off house and didn't pay rent.
Look, the thing is, you're on this cruise ship, and like the Diamond Princess, and there's 6 deaths on that cruise ship, and you can't go anywhere, and just people are dying right now.
Oh, and that's the other thing is like
pies. That's like scary as fuck,
dude. And here's the other thing I was reading about quarantines is like they're trying to quarantine things like that, where a cruise ship gets it, and they're trying to quarantine everybody on the cruise ship and everything like that. Once it comes into port, they're quarantining everybody. But people are fighting against the quarantine and trying to sneak off the boat and shit like that, and try to get out of quarantines.
Like there's a death in U.S. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, no, there's deaths in U.S. as well. Yeah.
Lebanon is the same as Netherlands, 10. Oh my god, like 2 days ago was still 3. But like Lebanon has no measures to fight against it. Like it's hyperinflation right now. The economy is like to shit. Like this is the worst time for them to get hit by something like this because they don't have anything to fight it.
There we go. I finally got the actual live count. Oh my god, yo, this is terrifying when you look at this shit. Oh my god, when you look at these maps.
I'm looking at the same thing. Yeah, it's fucked.
If you need me to share the actual map link, the full on.
Oh, I was already looking at the map before you.
Like that's crazy.
That's what I was listing off, like the ship and Lebanon and stuff.
Okay, so you were using this to list it all off. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like look at this rise. Look at these rises. They're just out of control. But look, the total recovered is actually up as well. So we do have people recovering from it. Like naturally, this is without a vaccine.
It's going up faster than the death toll in China, or China infection rate. So I guess that's nice.
So there are people who are surviving it. So it's not like, oh, you're instantly.
Like I'd probably survive.
This is pretty scary because there's 1,128 cases in Italy, 29 deaths, and only 46 recovered. So there's still a lot of people that are infected that like, oh, we don't know what's going to happen with them.
Mm-hmm. Like also the thing, what's it called? I feel like this is something that like our bodies are going to get used to. Like I think our bodies will like evolve to like withstand the coronavirus, but that might be like a whole generation before we reach that point, and there's going to be a lot of deaths before that.
Oh yeah, so we actually have a chatter right now, Zeltair XX. So what is the coronavirus? Never heard of it until now. This coronavirus is an epidemic. If you're looking on the screen right now, you're seeing. Oh, this is not cropped properly. Hold on, let me get this cropped properly so everybody can see it exactly what we're looking at. Basically, we're all fucked. Yeah. No, this is a epidemic that's going on right now.
Is this the first time? I think he's trolling. Like,
I have to assume that like, you know what this is about, what's going on here, but in case you don't.
Wait, what? Oh no! There's a what? There's a case like really close to me. What the fuck? This is new.
Probably not,
like,
dude.
Right next to my town. There's a case right next to my town.
Like this could be somebody who just doesn't follow the news. I was talking about this on a streamer's stream. Like it's Huskin Raider, you know who he is. So I
Of
was talking
course.
to him on stream, and like honestly, a lot of people don't know what's going on.
I mean,
Yeah, no, that's why I was saying
wow.
Zeltaire. Like, for Zeltaire, like he probably doesn't know, or she, I don't know. They probably don't know what's going on. But if you're looking on the screen, this is an infection that's going on right now. It started in
Yeah.
China. And it started in China by a company. A company basically took, if you know what SARS is, I don't know if you know what SARS is. There's another infection from a few years back. But they basically took SARS and mutated it. And then it wasn't supposed to escape their lab, but it escaped their lab. And these are the live infections. So this is mainland China has 79,826 infections. They've had 2,800 deaths and only 42,000 of that. That's more than 50% of them have recovered. So
Exactly. It's
you're
kind of
seeing
good.
some recovery, but you're seeing a lot of deaths. But there's a lot of stuff. So something like who knows if they were working on a bioweapon, but they're being compared to Umbrella from Resident Evil. I'm sure you know what Resident Evil is. You know who Umbrella
Yeah.
Corp is.
No.
You
Like
don't.
if
You
you
don't,
wanna,
Gon, because apparently you've never played a Resident Evil game. I don't know how that is. But they're being
I played a
compared.
VR Resident Evil game.
Dude, have you seen the VR Walking Dead game? I'm sorry to like kind of breaks.
No, I don't think so.
Dude, they have
I
a
mean,
Walking Dead
it
has a
might turn
VR
out like
game,
that. We
and
all
it looks
become
amazing.
zombies.
But for
And
Zeltar,
like,
because I don't think Zeltar saw this, but that is the comparison of the company that was working on this virus in the lab compared to the Umbrella Corp logo.
yeah, I
Yeah,
get
see
it.
how similar they are, Zeltair? Like, it's crazy, bro. It's
And like,
crazy.
people are dying on like cruise ships, and it's like really scary for them. And
Yeah.
it's a scary situation.
So, Zeltair,
Uh,
where are you from? No, I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. This is a real map. This is really happening. Yo, 2 weeks ago, Italy had less than 10 cases. 2 weeks ago, Italy had less than 10 cases.
2 weeks ago, most countries hadn't been infected. It's going like
Exactly.
crazy fast right now.
And it's at 1,128 in less than 2 weeks. So you're in Norway. Is Norway going to be on this map? Yep, Norway
Yeah,
right
it
here.
is.
So Norway right now, 15 confirmed cases. No deaths yet. 15 confirmed cases where you are right now,
Yeah, but like
Zeltair.
even in the like being in a cold environment and all that, it doesn't really matter because even like in wealthy countries like the US, people have been dying. Uh, so you're
Oh,
not safe.
oh yeah, dude. US is growing. Like they're up to 72 cases now. One death, 7 recovered out of the 72 cases. Right? So, but if we look at like Norway, where Zeltair, our friend here, is 15 people infected right now. No deaths are recovered right now. 15 infected. 15 people infected in Norway right now, my friend.
I'm back. Uh, so if I turn on my camera now, is it fixed?
Yeah, no, you'll be fine. Everything,
Okay.
I've got it set up so everything works now pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you're good. You're good.
people are recovering in like everywhere.
But
So
here's the
even in
thing.
countries,
I just want to point this out so that like because Zeltair doesn't know anything about this, so I want to point out how serious this is to them. 2 weeks ago, Italy only had 15 cases, and now they're at 1,128.
yep, because they didn't quarantine it well.
Right, it's all about how it's quarantined, but that's the thing. Like Canada's trying to quarantine, but there's cases coming out in Canada where like people are escaping quarantine and they're still infected. Did you see the interview on Fox with that guy who has got out of quarantine? He was passed, but the whole interview he's coughing and shit.
Oh yeah, true. That's kind of funny. Like, are you okay, bro?
Like he's legit coughing, dude. It's Zaltair. It's scary shit, dude. A week ago, I didn't care about this, and then I saw some news and I started looking into it. I'm like, oh shit, this is actually serious.
And if you ever played Plague Inc., it's a lot like that. Just like a very bad player so far. Um,
But he's learning.
maybe
He's learning.
yeah, maybe he's learning. We'll see. We'll die. I don't know. But Greenland is still fine, just like in Plague Inc. Just saying. I'm just saying. It was always the hardest country to infect.
That's because there's no people there, dude. Nobody lives there.
True. There's like one seaport and airport, so
Yeah, like they don't have a lot of going on.
yep.
The
They just
gas
have like
mask,
some.
definitely. If you have like a military grade gas mask, you're already ahead of the fight. You're already
Yeah.
good.
Also, apparently heat and alcohol works, so get wasted a lot these coming few weeks. Drink a lot of
I
alcohol.
always
That's
wear
just
one.
if you're
I
18 plus, of course.
I've heard alcohol as well helps with it. Alcohol. And
Yeah.
what was the other thing you said?
heat, like hot countries.
Yeah, but then you have places that are in the Middle East that are deserts.
True, fucking Iran.
Yeah,
It's kind of fucked. Wait, where in Iran? That's kind of. Okay, so it's like. Oh yeah, it's like in.
I got memes up right now and I'm loving it.
Oh my god, this
Oh,
is not
Joker
funny,
meme.
Fox.
There's a breakout of virus in the world. Why are you traveling to Greenland? Plague Inc. players. You wouldn't get it. Come on. You gotta have a sense of humor.
Yeah, I
That's what
mean,
gets you through these things. Coronavirus from China. Looks like God started
I
playing
mean,
Plague Inc.
I'm sure a lot of the people that died had a sense of humor, Fox. This is not. That's
That's
not
that's
good.
fair. That's fair. I take everything with a sense of humor. That's how I deal with grief. That's how I
All
deal
right.
with grief. So everybody deals with grief in their own ways. I deal with it with my sense of humor and try and like look at the bright side of things. Like I don't have it
I
yet.
want to know, like, from what point did people in Italy start dying? Because if that was like just one day ago, like an incredibly short amount of time, 30 people have died.
Well, I mean, in like I said, in less than a week, it shot up from like less than
Dude,
15
that's like
cases to where it is now.
infections.
But again, remember, there's people that are legitimately trying to spread this. Like they get it, they're not quarantined, and they're like licking their hands on, putting it on handrails in public places. They're spitting on elevator buttons and shit like that.
In
Like they're
China,
trying
so
to
like,
spread it.
don't worry about that in Norway. I don't think they're doing that yet. I wasn't taking it seriously until like a few days ago.
That's
Really.
exactly. A week ago, I wasn't taking this seriously. And then I saw this news coming out, and I saw this statement from the CDC saying, hey, this is serious. This thing's got some serious protein strains going on that we can't stop. Like it's evolved into a super virus.
Yep. I don't know what like the protein string stuff is. I didn't do chemistry, but yeah. Like even my school and all and my previous workplace are releasing like statements about corona. It's weird.
Oh, dude, the UK is shutting down schools. The UK is shutting down schools right
Yeah,
now.
in my study groups app, like people are saying, well, let's just not go to school anymore. Like I'm still going to because I just think it's fun and it's like I can get a good week there. So I need to go.
Okay, so if you look at the
And I want to learn.
algorithmic,
So yeah.
where's just how do I get back to just the straight all the world?
I just hope like a study comes out, smoking weed will cure coronavirus. I'll be like, yeah. Oh no, wait, no, that'd be fucked for you.
I mean, I can get weed and start smoking weed again. It's the same with getting alcohol. It's legal in Canada. I live in a country where it's legal too, gone, so I can get my hands on it pretty easy.
Yeah, no, it's not like legal, but like then you're getting back into it.
I mean, if it saves me from the coronavirus, worth. Like that to me at that point, it's just like taking a prescribed pill from a doctor that says you need this.
Exactly. Wait, like I'm getting messages about corona right now. It's like coincidental, but uh,
Okay, I
it's
will say
fine.
that when you look at the logarithmic data, it looks a lot
Hmm.
better when they show the recovered cases to the like.
Exactly. This is like the first time I've seen the recovered thing. I never heard like stories about being recovered. Like there is a lot of like a lot of it is serious and are truthful, but they are leaving out stuff like the recovered stuff to make it seem worse and try to spread panic and get like clicks on articles and all that. So
But
there's like propaganda going on.
yeah, there's always gonna be propaganda. We have the internet nowadays. It's all about getting clicks, so clickbait wins out over everything, right? But when you look at this article that I grabbed, yes,
I
it
was
is worse
about
than
to
the
mention
flu.
it. Speaking of propaganda, let's take a look at the myths.
The myths. That's what I figured we get into. But
Exactly.
I originally was making jokes about how the flu is worse. Like the coronavirus. Oh, they're talking about the coronavirus. Meanwhile, it's flu season, and all these people die from flu season every year. Like I think it's up to 650,000 people per year worldwide die from the flu. That's the standard flu.
What the
But
fuck?
you didn't know that number? The flu
No.
kills off a lot of people every year, dude. It mutates every season. But it's still not it's not the coronavirus. The coronavirus is worse than the flu.
Yeah, for sure.
So the claim is it is no more dangerous than the winter flu. And that's what I said at first when I was first looking at the numbers and comparing it to that kind of thing. That like, yo,
But like
the
in
flu
first
is
world
worse.
countries, do the people die from the flu?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Mostly, I will mention that it's usually younger children under the age of 5 and elderly over the age of 65 because their immune systems aren't as strong, right? So those are the people that usually die from the flu.
Same as Corona.
Well, that's exactly. But Corona still, that's one of the myths that come in here. So just hold on. Let's do the dangerous than the
I know.
flus.
I saw.
So
I
many
mean, I can
individuals
see it
who
right
get
now.
coronavirus will experience nothing worse than the seasonal flu symptoms, but the overall profile of the disease, including its mortality rate, looks more serious. At the start of an outbreak, the apparent mortality rate can be an overestimate if a lot of mild cases are being missed. But this week, a WHO expert suggested that this has not been the case with COVID-19. COVID-19 is the coronavirus. Bruce Aylward, who led an international mission to China to learn about the virus and the country's response, said the evidence did not suggest that we were only seeing the tip of the iceberg. If borne out of by further testing, this could mean that current estimates of a roughly 1% fatality rate are accurate. This would make COVID-19 about 10 times more deadly than the seasonal flu, which is estimated to kill between 290 and 650,000 people a year globally. 10 times that! That's 6.5 million people.
Exactly, 6.5 million people a year. I mean,
because people are like, oh, 1% fatality rate, that's nothing. But that's 6.5 million people, bro.
Like, honestly, if you consider that if you have it with like a 1 in 100% chance of dying.
Zeltaire, Zeltaire's asking if we fear the virus. I'm not necessarily scared of the virus because I have a bug out bag. I have a way to go, but I am thinking about taking my daughter out of school. The UK has already closed schools.
Yeah.
The UK has already closed schools. I'm thinking about taking my daughter out of school.
I'm scared for my family and like older stuff. I have a pretty healthy life. I have a pretty good immune system. I would probably be fine.
Well, with that in mind, claim it only kills the elderly, so younger people can relax. Most people who are not elderly and do not have underlying health conditions will not become critically ill from the COVID-19, but the illness still has a higher chance of leading to serious respiratory symptoms than seasonal flu, and there are other at-risk groups. Health workers, for instance, are more vulnerable because they are likely to have higher exposure to the virus. The actions that young, healthy people take, including reporting symptoms and following quarantine instructions, will have an important role in protecting the most vulnerable in society and in shaping the overall trajectory of the outbreak. So like young, healthy people like yourself may get like some of the symptoms and be like, oh, I'm fine, I'm tough, I'm young, I can go out. And then you go out and spread it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that, but like I'm not scared to die. I know there's like a case close to my town now, which is kind of scary, but I don't know.
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm scared, but I am generally concerned. I think if you don't take it seriously, then and I'll make jokes because that's how I deal with this kind of stuff. But when I make jokes, don't think that I don't take this seriously at the same time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I take this seriously. It's not a grain of salt thing. Like I'm looking into it. I'm following it. I'm aware of what's going on.
Can I add on to your simulation conspiracy theory?
Of course.
What if it's like a game, right?
Yeah.
SEO style, but we just don't know it. And every 20s is like a developer update, and they're like, oh, there's a ton of like bugs or like an oversaturation of old people, which is gonna ruin the market system and all that, with pensions and all that. Like it's fucking up the Netherlands. Maybe
it's pensions from the boomers.
Patch it so they die with the Corona update.
It could be a population control thing. There's a lot of stuff coming out that China released this as a population control thing. And here's the thing about that. Here's the thing about that. Carbon footprint from China dropping since the outbreak. It's way down. It's way down.
Like you see the yellow spots on the map, and just it's gone.
Yeah, China was one of the biggest contributors to global warming, and their carbon footprint was huge. Carbon footprint is like the pollution that your country puts out.
Like I was like before like Corona and all that, I was kind of afraid of like China's influence on the world. It's been getting a lot of traction if you like look into it.
Oh yeah,
and it's doing great things for my stress about China. Actually, like I have a new reason to worry, but this is like way better than the alternative outcome.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
world war with China, which they are definitely trying to.
Did you hear that China laser targeted a fucking U.S. military ship?
I mean, but did they fire?
They didn't fire, no, but they tested their laser targeting system on it.
It's kind of what? Yeah, exactly. And like with the internet system with 5G, they're doing like everything about that. They're trying to build up, just like what companies are doing right now. They just you go into debt a lot and you just build up so you can like make profit later. It's
Yep.
exactly what China is doing. They're just building up so quickly right now.
Look at the U.S. I mean, they build massive debt, and they're the biggest, like, the global leader.
Exactly. And but like China's just trying to do the same thing, I guess. But they're also like even the US, like Trump was all anti-China and take back what we had from China. And I think as president, he's just realized how important China's become.
Well, let's be
So
fair.
that's why
He
he's backing down.
created
Like
he created
he's bending over for Xi Jinping.
right, but in his work to do that and take work away from China, he's created 15 million new jobs, 4 million people less on welfare. Like welfare is down by 4 million people on average. Like he's actually done what he said by taking jobs away from like work away from China and putting it back in the US. He's created a lot of new jobs. He's reduced welfare.
True.
So I
He's
mean
also
that's he has
he's
actually
not
done
just
that.
helping. Like he's been fucking over a lot of poor people too. To be fair, just like with the tax breaks for billionaires, fucking retarded.
No, what Norway warship are you talking about with the lasers? Because Zalter's saying that in Norway
What?
they had a warship that was targeted with lasers or had laser targeting.
Oh shit! By China?
That's what I'm wondering because I know that like more recently like this week China was using their laser targeting systems and targeting U.S. ships, U.S. warships.
Maybe they got like Corona bombs. Holy shit!
Like, well, who knows? Who knows? Because that they brought that back around to like World War III could be starting again because
The
of
only
this
Corona
coronavirus.
bombs I want is like shots of Corona.
But like bio warfare, that kind of chemical warfare, bio warfare, that's outlawed by the UN.
True, but like they don't give a shit about human rights. Have you seen
No,
like
of
the
course
Muslim
not,
camps?
dude. They do
Like
not care about human rights. I mean, look at
no,
the stuff. Look
they
at the
don't give
stuff
a shit. They're
beforehand.
just too big. Like, do you know how much shit is being openly violated and the UN is just allowing it? It's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah,
Like, there's over a there's over 1 million Muslims detained in China, like fucking concentration camps, and it's like public, and nobody does anything
UN's not
about
doing
it.
anything about it because you can't touch China. China doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, and when interviewers come, they like take down watchtowers, and like they're making women, what's it called, sterilized, so they can't get babies and can't reproduce.
Oh, dude, I remember back in the day. I don't know how true this is, but I remember back in the day they used to say like if you got pregnant and you had a certain sex, like they would just be like, nope, abortion.
True. Yeah.
They used to just kill off
hmm
like think it was females, and then like so if you had a male, you could have a male, and if your second kid was a female, aborted.
Yeah, but I think you still can only have like one child.
I think they do have laws against it. Yeah. So
hmm
Saltaire says Russia had missile tests that one time. USA sent 500 soldiers to Norway to make sure they didn't threaten American property that Norway has, but one of the warships went down with all weapons and equipment. What? China has tons of powers, Altair. Yeah. Not only military, yeah, no, just across the board, yeah. They have
Yeah,
a
China
huge
has a
army.
ton of power.
They have
With
so much
fucking
power.
AliExpress and all that,
And
you
now
know?
imagine if they started conscription. They already have a huge military, but imagine they started conscription with all the people that they have.
Yeah, it's
I never heard about that. No, I never heard about that Norwegian warship that went down with all its weapons and equipment.
I'm gonna. Was this recent?
I don't know how recent it was.
I'll look it up.
If you're looking at the chat for the stream, then you can see everything that's going on. So
This is
I have the stream up so I can see
2018.
chat. That was 2018.
Yeah.
Wow. Because of the sudden missile test. So Russia did a missile test, kind of like when Iran did that missile test and shot down a passenger plane that had 137 Canadians on it. I'm still salty about Iran shooting down that plane.
Oh, that was in the end. It was like U.S.'s fault.
How is it the U.S.'s fault? It was Iranian ground to air
I
missiles.
mean, kind of, but like,
Are you talking about because they bombed a terrorist general that was fucking raising
no,
a
no, no,
terrorist
no.
organization?
Like, U.S. like really good at scrambling radars, like fucking up that, and they
So they
did that
shot at an unconfirmed air. So they just shot because they didn't know what it was. So you're
exactly. But like,
justifying it that
U.S.
they shot it.
U.S. like scrambled the fucking radars,
That doesn't
and then
justify it, dude.
when it went down, it just looked like suddenly an aircraft had come into their space, and they'd like been on alert, so just
So they
had to
just
shoot.
fired without knowing what it was. I don't think that justifies shooting down
Yeah,
a
because it
passenger
was a
plane.
threat. I mean,
Uh,
they'd been. I mean, with how much tension there was, what like just one plane that just comes out of nowhere can mean.
like
But also
I'll give the U.S. has some problems like where they were
look at
scrambling radar to
Nagasaki,
cause that,
Hiroshima.
but
Nagasaki, Hiroshima. You don't want like one plane out of the U.S. just coming over your land.
the plane wasn't out of the U.S. It took off out of Norway or took it out of Norway. Shit,
Yeah,
it
but
took
like the
off out of
U.S.
Iran. It was leaving Iran, headed for Europe.
Exactly.
So it wasn't flying into their
Yeah,
airspace. It left their airspace. It left
yeah,
from
but no, I
Iran.
mean, what like the radar picks up, like it just came out of nowhere, so it looked like it was like a spy plane,
I
like
don't
one
know.
of
I
the
don't know if I
black
can't
jacks.
justify shooting down just a passenger plane, no matter how you look at it.
I
Well,
mean, I'm
especially
not
when 137
justifying it.
Canadians died, and I'll put some blame on the U.S. for that, but like not they weren't the ones that fired the missiles,
True,
and
but I mean,
they weren't the ones supporting terrorist organizations. Just gonna
it's
put
not
that out there as well.
if we're talking about like
But we're getting off
South
topic.
Park and stuff with the SARS.
One of the warships was in such a rush that it collided with an oil ship, and the warship sunk. And the worst threat, the amount of oil that could have been spilled into the ocean. That's always a threat when that shit happens.
Hmm.
See,
I
that's the
love
problem
that.
with all this war and all this bullshit. Like, it usually causes bullshit, like ships that had nothing to do with it just going down, or like planes with 137, or I think it was
Hmm.
180, over 180 passengers, but I know 137 of them were Canadian citizens.
Also,
And
like Italy is probably the most fucked out of any country because they also have like the lowest recovery rate, one of the lowest recovery rates
oh yeah,
out of like the countries that have been affected a lot.
look at that, 46 recovered out of 1,128 cases.
But South Korea too, like only 30 recovered.
So that shows that it's not just like, I don't think it's just old people that are affected. That like tells me like there's more going on than like
We should continue with like the myths.
the myths. Yeah, I mean we can continue with the myths, which is the next one is face masks don't work, but face masks do work, right? But like the better your face mask, the better you are. Shoot, I'm open to questions, Zelter. You own the chat right now, brother. It's airborne and spread through touch. So if somebody's sneezing or
That's
coughing and
true.
it's going out in the air, breathing that in, you can get infected. But also, people are like spreading it through spitting on handrails, licking their hands and touching elevator buttons. So you can touch it and then touch your face or touch something else. So people like washing your hands can help you a lot. Wearing gloves, wearing the respirator masks. It's a full blown like spread virus. It spreads through every means
Honestly,
necessary.
if you look at it, like those protesters in Hong Kong are fucking set because like they have the entire gear to get like protected from the virus.
Oh yeah, they have to. You'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, but they already had like the goggles and the mask for the tear gas and stuff.
Black Death, but not as lethal yet. Yes. Very much so. Very much so. Now, it's not the same symptoms as the Black Death. It's closer to the flu. Like, the symptoms that you get are very, like, there's people who get flu symptoms, like your standard flu, and then they just think, oh, I have the flu. So they go to work, they go to school, and they infect other people because they don't realize they have the coronavirus.
And everybody who like gets the flu or is trying to get tested now.
Yeah. If they're smart
It's
about
kind of
it.
good. True. But also like aren't like doctors' offices gonna be like full?
Oh, that's the thing. Like, you go to the doctors, like, if you're not protecting yourself with a mask and with, like, goggles with gloves or washing your hands with hand sanitizer, you're sitting in a room, a waiting room, with a bunch of people who are infected. And not everybody's taking precautions.
True. Yeah, like still, I guess like
Oh,
not
the Black
everybody
Death
knows about
affected
it.
all of Europe. The Black Death affected all of Europe. But I would compare it more to like the flu than Black Death, because Black Death was like you got sores, you got like open wounds and shit like that.
Mhm.
It was an airborne virus.
And
It
Black Death,
was
the Black Death wouldn't be a thing with our current hygiene.
yeah,
So basically, just nature had to find something else to kill us.
yeah. It is. It's a more severe flu. That's exactly what it is. Like that's
Mhm.
why we were comparing it. The first one was like it's more dangerous than the winter flu. It is more dangerous than the winter flu.
Yeah.
It's
How
like the
about
winter
like you
flu,
also
but like
compared it to
on
SARS?
steroids.
What are like the SARS symptoms then?
Same thing as the flu. That was the thing with
Uh,
SARS. Was like the coughing, sneezing, fever.
mm,
So it's like
I
it's
only
like
know
it's a
SARS
super
from like the
virus
South
flu.
Park.
What's that?
I
The
only know
SARS
like
from
SARS
South
from the
Park.
South Park episode. Yeah.
Oh, SARS was a huge concern in Canada, specifically in Toronto.
Mm.
Like it was there was a huge SARS outbreak in Toronto.
Did you know anybody that got it?
No, I didn't know, but I didn't live in Toronto at the time.
Oh, okay.
I still lived up north at the time. I was miles away, and I didn't come to Toronto that often. I was growing up. I grew up country boy, moved to the city because I got a job in the city later on in life. So,
Cool.
but SARS is almost a decade ago now. So they've been like, from what I know, they've had this in the lab at this what is it called, RLSW? RLSW has had this in the lab and been working on it since then.
Yep.
So yeah, how to protect on the coronavirus. Here's some like quick little details. Wash your hands. Wet your hands with clean running water. Apply soap. Lather your hands. The usual. Everybody knows how to. I hope everybody knows how to wash their hands. I hope
On the
scrub for at
minutes
least
too.
20 seconds. The basic stuff. Washing your hands. Sneeze into your arm or get a
I already
mask.
did this. I already like I've been just sneezing into my elbow instead
I
of
always
in
do
my
that.
hands.
When I see somebody sneeze
Same.
and cover their mouth with their hands, I'm like, what's wrong with you? For years, I've always done
Literally.
the elbow sneeze. And
Hmm.
I don't just go, I'll legitimately push my elbow into my face and sneeze into yeah, exactly. Like full
Yeah.
on coverage into my elbow, not into my hands. I wash my hands. I use like my daughter's got a hand sanitizer on her backpack. Kat's got a that's my wife. She's got a hand sanitizer on her backpack. I carry hand sanitizer on me so I can sit like quick wash my hands wherever I am.
Yeah. Great.
Like I've always been the face masks. Though again, make sure the face masks you're getting aren't made in China. I don't trust that shit, and a lot of them are.
Yeah.
No, no. My wife's name is Caitlin, so I call her Kat.
Oh, it was.
He thought I was talking about cats. My cat. I make sure my cat sneezes into its elbow.
My
Little
wife.
fucker.
My wife is a cat.
My wife is a cat.
BC,
I'm into that
bestiality
bestiality thing.
thing
Don't
goes like
judge
that.
me. It's 2020.
Exactly. Like my driving instructor, I was talking about this with him today. Well, like driving badly because I was
And he was
distracted by a
coughing.
conversation. No, and we like talk about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, I already have like two face masks in the back." He's like, "Oh well, can I have one?" He's like, "Nah." And like
No,
he's
those are
like a
mine,
huge
bitch.
exactly. It was like a huge playboy and all that. It's like, what are you gonna use it when you're banging a Chinese chick? Oh my god.
Oh dear God, that's bad.
Kind of.
Well, that's what I heard somebody say. Do you know what it means to have yellow fever?
No.
It's a kind of, I guess, a racial slur slang term for like being into Asian chicks.
Oh, like all those like neckbeards.
I guess if you want to call them that. In general, like it's a guy who prefers Asian women. They say, oh, he's
Yeah,
got
like it's
yellow
always
fever.
those fucking neckbeards that and watch like a lot of anime and
But I saw a meme that was like, I have yellow fever, but not the coronavirus. Like, there's a lot of those bad jokes going on out there right
oh my
now.
god. Yeah,
A lot of those
for
bad jokes
sure.
going on. Seek early medical help by phone. By phone. So there's like what we were just talking about. How
Don't
many are
like go
infected
out
in
in public
America?
and like, hey, do I have coronavirus?
The
Hey,
U.S. is
hey.
up to 72 cases, 1 death, 7 recovered. So like they only have a 10% recovery rate. And like San Francisco, a U.S. city, they've declared a state of emergency. I believe Tulsa, Tulsa's also declared a state of emergency, and has like there was pictures of Walmarts in Tulsa where they're literally putting canned food pallets in the aisles. Like they're stocking up on all the canned food that people are going to be like. I know, like when I went to the grocery store the other day, the canned food section is just barren.
Yeah, I mean it's probably gonna be here soon. Like
Like
now that
what?
it's like spread here, it's like starting to get big.
Like you're in the Netherlands. Where's the Netherlands here? Canada's up to 20 cases. 20 cases, 6 recovered, no deaths.
Okay, look, zoom
Netherlands is
into
at
like
10 with 0 and 0, just like Norway.
okay, just zoom into where the cases in the Netherlands.
Zoom into the Netherlands.
Yeah,
Here we go. Doon, 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 doon.
zoom in all the way. Okay,
Okay. So is
okay,
that one little case by Utrecht?
little bit more. Yeah, okay, so you see Amersfoort?
Amersfoort, yeah.
That's where I live.
Oh shit,
And
dude.
you know what? You know where I study?
Near
Utrecht.
that. Where?
Utrecht, the one like
Oh,
opposite
so you had to go
the
through.
case.
Yeah, you go right through it.
I had to
Oh
go through it.
shit. Oh shit. I mean, you're doing better than Canada though. Like, so if I zoom in on Canada, where are the cases?
All in the south, I think.
It's all in like I live in Toronto, and it's all down here in Toronto. Like there it is. See, there's a case right in Toronto and London.
Ooh.
Now I live. To be fair, I don't live in downtown Toronto. I live out towards Vaughan, like out on the outer border.
Oh, I see it. Like next to
Vaughan,
Markham.
yeah, Vaughan Markham area. I used to be in Newmarket, and then if shit breaks out, I go all the way. Still, nope. I go all the way over to this area.
Don't leak your safe location.
I go all the way into this general location, which is the middle of
Okay.
fucking nowhere.
Oh, can I like go off topic for a little bit? If you go back to like Toronto,
Yeah, of course.
I've been watching these videos of like people going out and like it's just drunk people being interviewed in Mississauga and like apparently people just shaming Mississauga for just like being sluts and dumb people.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go there.
But look, Toronto's got 10 confirmed cases, 2 recovered.
Holy shit.
BC's,
Two
British
recovered.
Columbia's got 8 confirmed cases, 3 recovered. Then you got 1 in Montreal and you got 1 in London. Oh, the 1 in London is recovered though.
Oh, sweet.
So like it's not is it the end of the world? Probably not. Let's see for our Norway friend here. Zoom it out. Oh, Norway is all right here pretty much.
Yeah, I think it's one like family or something. Probably.
So Buskerud County is Norway.
Maybe I know how to pronounce it better.
I mean, you're good. You're good to go, Zelter. It sounds like you got a gas mask. You eat canned food in general. Try to find Tensberg in Norway. It's at the southern side near the former country. It's not Tansberg. So Tansberg is in the. You said it's at the southern side.
Oh, I see. That's so far.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah,
It's like
Tansberg. I see it.
Oslo.
Right there. Yeah, you're pretty good. It's the cases for Norway are all pretty much centered on Buskerud County. I don't know if I apologize if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but yeah.
Province probably. Oh no, it says county right here. I'm dumb.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's county. Yeah, county.
you
It's gonna be
should
fun.
you should be okay.
But like, is it that accurate?
I
Like
appreciate you.
the dots, I don't think the dots are like too accurate because I know there's one in like Tilburg in my country and it doesn't show a dot there, and there's also one in like The Hague and it doesn't show there. And I haven't heard anything about a case in my
Yeah, so it's
thing.
not
So
this.
I
This
yeah, I
isn't
think they
100%
just like
accurate.
Central Netherlands because they couldn't be bothered to like put it at the actual places.
That's true. These aren't 100% accurate, but I mean, it's in your country. Like Italy is just scary as fuck, man.
Yeah.
Italy's
Did it
the
go, like,
scary one for me because it blew up like overnight.
Yep, and deaths too.
The dots could be hospitals. That's 100% true.
Mm. True, true.
Like that's some scary stuff. And like I said, the way it's like popped up just overnight.
You're
Germany.
cutting out for me
I'm cutting out.
a little bit.
I'm sure it'll recover itself. It's probably just Discord being lame.
Yeah, probably. Oh, Iran's not doing well. What's others? What the fuck?
Dude, 1,600 cars took fire in a hospital and car park at a hospital near where you live? Shit.
Oh
That's
shit.
pretty insane. Like, I always picture, like, the one thing that gets me with this, and I don't like to compare it to fictional TV shows a lot of the time, but the thing that gets me is, like, if you ever watch The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
Like, Rick wakes up and the whole fucking country's just gone up in flames. And how long can you possibly be laying in that bed?
Okay, wait. I had to. I dropped out.
Oh, you have to drop
So
you have to drop your camera? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, give
So
me a
what?
second here.
What happened when Rick fell asleep?
Well, have you seen The Walking Dead?
The first like 4 seasons.
So you know the first episode where Rick gets shot and he's in the hospital, and then he wakes up and those
Mhm.
flowers are dead, and he's hooked up to the hospital, but the whole hospital's been evacuated, and there's like dead bodies everywhere, like shit's just gone off the charts. In the time that he was asleep, how long could he have possibly been laying in that hospital bed? Like a week?
True. I think
2 weeks?
I think I watched like a thing on this. I think it was like 2 months, and it was the one zombie, the nurse zombie, was just like had been taking care of him and just got infected.
Fair. I mean, there's all sorts of things that could have been causing it, but
Yeah, it's like. But also, do you remember the virus of The Walking Dead?
no. Why? What was it? What do you mean?
Like The Walking Dead, everybody has the virus, but when you die, it like activates.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah.
You got
I do. And I
mutated
know what you're talking
first.
about.
At first, it was like also really non-lethal, I guess. So I mean, if we start seeing those deaths go like down because people are standing up from the grave again.
Yeah, but Zelter, when you're in a coma, they make sure you're IV and you got your oh, what's it called, the sugar water that they make sure that you're.
Yeah, but they switched it out.
They have to switch that out exactly. So even if he was in a coma, he like 2 weeks at most. But I don't think that because you need water.
Sleep.
But he like grew in a beard. Like even if he's sleeping, you still need water. You still need food. So somebody had to take care of him, and that shit blew up. So like that whole outbreak is kind of like what is happening with Italy, where it's just like in a week's time, it's blowing up and going crazy. And who knows how like I said, 2 weeks ago they only had 10 cases. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Zeltaire. A serious outbreak can just snap your fingers and boom, all of a sudden there's mass spread.
Salter is like our first live viewer too.
Yeah, he is 100%. I'm assuming he. I'm sorry if I'm assuming your gender. It's 2020. I shouldn't be doing that. I'm a horrible person.
How can you? Fuck.
How could I? I'm a fucking horrible person.
People, like, think of the people that are gonna get offended, like the person on the walkway that I dislike. Kind of. Oh wait, I still have the update of our previous episode.
Oh, you want to end on the update?
Yes. Last week we covered Steven Spielberg's daughter going to porn.
Right? Is she doing it?
Yeah, I saw a little bit.
So you've watched the videos. You've handled your business to her already.
No, I haven't. But like,
no, I swear. I just watched her get naked and fuck a guy. I did not touch myself to it.
No, but she got arrested for domestic violence.
I have heard about the permafrost viruses. I've heard about that before. Like these viruses that are frozen in like the Arctic, in the permafrost, that like could absolutely just wipe out humanity if they were released. And who knows? Who knows if this coronavirus doesn't have something to do with that? Who knows what China got their hands on?
Okay, you're just gonna ignore my fantastic news.
I didn't. I talked about how you were jerking off to fucking Steven Spielberg's daughter.
I said she got arrested for domestic violence.
She got arrested for domestic violence? Wait, I did miss that. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with chat and talk to you at the same time.
Yeah, she got arrested for domestic violence, but domestic violence, it's against like the 50-year-old darts player. Like, what the fuck?
So it's like the Johnny Depp case.
For sure. But like,
see, I love how this is starting to come out that women are just as violent as men, and it's kept under wraps for the most part.
Exactly, and like he looks way more violent too.
But yet he's the one getting beat by this little 100-pound
Porn
5'6"
star.
girl porn star. Just like when Johnny
Yeah.
Depp was getting beat by Amber Heard, 110-pound, 5'6" woman who
Uh-huh.
Johnny Depp was getting beat by.
For sure. Like it's kind of sad because for the guy, of course, but I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Like
it
a
is,
week
but
after
nobody
it comes
cares.
out, everybody's praising her and all that, and then it just comes out she's a piece of shit. I was so rooting for her. I was
Because
saying like she was pulling the biggest power moves and all,
yeah, but nobody
and
cares
now
about
yeah.
men, Gon. You know this. Um,
What about me?
I think those viruses would be worse. Wouldn't be much treatment for something we don't know anything about. Yeah, exactly. We don't know anything about those. I am a girl, and I got arrested long ago. Actually, last month. Girls can be violent too. See, that's what's up. But nobody cares about men because fuck men.
Wait, what's the viewer called?
Zaltair.
And that's she, and she was also arrested for domestic violence.
For being violent towards a man.
Our viewer is violent.
Apparently,
Shit. Oh, okay.
she lives closer to you,
No.
so she's coming for you, Gon. If she gets mad.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, dude. Calm down.
I mean,
Try to.
everybody's got. That's what I've always said. People are people. It doesn't matter what your gender is. Doesn't matter what your skin color is. Doesn't matter where you're from. People are people, and there's violent people, and there's like you can be violent. Anybody can get violent. I used to get violent. I used to get in a lot of fucking street fights all the time.
Wow. Yeah. Like
But
cocaine.
I was also a lot of drugs.
Stealing,
I got into
stealing
bar
cocaine.
fights. Now, to be fair, the bar fights that I got into usually weren't me starting them. It was buddies that I was with starting them, and then
Hanging around bad people.
I was just hanging around bad people. That like I used to have friends that were the assholes that would go to the bars to get drunk and start fights.
Oh my god.
Exactly. I was just finishing them. No, I was just backing up my friends. Like my friends would get into bar fights, and then like it would break out, and like you got to back up your boys. You know what I mean? You got to back up your friends.
For sure.
So, and then like there's a couple girls that I dated that were like would cause trouble in the bar and then like they would expect me to finish it. Like this one girl I dated, she spit in this guy's face and he slapped her, and then I had to fucking take him out. But she was the one that started it. You know what I mean? Like she spit in his face because she was having beef with him, and so he slaps her, and then I'm like, okay, well I can't stand for that. You just fucking hit her. So now I had to beat the shit out of him, and that's just how it went.
That's logic. I mean, violence doesn't solve violence, Fox.
I mean, it does sometimes when you're the winner.
I'm looking at our chat now. Jesus. Hey, Altair, are you all right? Some anger management. I always did curb stomp someone after beating them senseless. And drag me away.
I mean, it's
Okay,
you get into fights, you get angry, it happens.
I'm just kidding, but like, yeah, don't come for me. I'm 22. Okay. Haha, you're old.
God, you're what, 19 now?
18 still.
Close enough. Close enough.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Zaltair still falls into the Zoomer category at 22. I'm not 100% sure on that.
I mean, maybe, I guess. You're 4 years younger. Yeah. I'm not being serious. It's alright. Like, I have Tinder matches that are 22, so, like, it's fine.
Gon's into the older women. That's what's up.
No. No.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter what category you're in. You are you. People are people.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what category you're in. You're still violent. Yeah. I'm bullying our only viewer. It's like, I'll stop.
And make sure you follow so you can show up and get bullied all the time. No, it's all jokes. We like to have fun here a little bit.
Yeah.
We aren't like
not too much.
We've called ourselves Zoomer versus Boomer, and I mean I'm not even a Boomer, to be honest with you. I'm not even Gen X. I'm a millennial. We just called it Zoomer versus Boomer because Gon always makes fun of me if he calls me old. So I was like, yeah, let's just go with the Zoomer versus Boomer thing.
Sure, yeah, but I call everybody old.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've been talking for how long now?
I think we're coming up on are we an hour? We're an hour and 9 minutes right now.
Okay. I mean, you have anything else? Oh yeah, the racism thing.
Oh yeah. The racist model, the racist model that you wanted to follow up on.
No. Oh no. The bystander.
You want to cover that?
Yeah, in Australia.
I love how one of the ways to protect yourself is don't travel. Yeah, don't leave your home. Don't leave your home.
For sure.
That's a great way. I mean, hey, that's one of the memes that are going around was the whole like introverts are like, no worries, I'm safe because I never go out.
They're gonna be fine.
But I mean, you have to get your food somewhere. So I mean, even if you're ordering online,
Is there no like Russia?
don't worry, I'm an
How
introvert
many
too, and I'm
cases
pretty.
are there in Russia? Oh, there's 2 cases in Russia, but they're like in the middle, not in Moscow. Like in the middle of
That's
bumfuck
strange.
nowhere. The fuck? Okay.
So you're good. You got your gas mask. You're covered. But you want, yeah, this is the racism that's going on. Bystanders in Australia reportedly ignored Chinese man dying of heart attack over fear of coronavirus.
Look, this was still in the early stages where it wasn't really
Oh, this
a
was
thing
back
for
in
everybody.
2019. This was back in like
Yeah,
December.
exactly. And yeah, exactly. So it still
So think how
wasn't
much worse it probably is now.
exactly. And they just let this man die of a heart attack because they didn't want to give him CPR because because he
And,
looked
and here's the
Asian.
thing: I don't know if you've taken a CPR course recently. I know a little bit about CPR. I haven't taken a course recently, but I try and keep up on my training from when I
What?
was younger. But like modern day CPR, you don't breathe into their mouth. You do chest compressions. It's literally 100% chest compressions, especially for like a heart attack. So you
Yeah,
don't even have to touch their
so
mouth.
dumb.
You're just doing chest compressions.
It's so dumb.
So like somebody could have just gone in there, done chest compressions, and then you're good to go.
What?
The updated CPR does that like limits the actual breathing into the person.
Like, let's be honest, the people that live here that are Asian have like just as little chance to have corona as us.
But I'm gonna be honest with you right here. The reason that I wouldn't save somebody with CPR has nothing to do with coronavirus. It's because people get in like North America get sued for breaking people's ribs when they give them CPR and save their lives, and then that person
Bro,
sues the person that saves them. So that's
I mean,
why I wouldn't help them.
that's also like the only way to cover your medical costs. I
Well,
mean,
exactly.
in
You sue the person that like in Canada it happens less, but in the U.S. it happens
it's
all the
fucked.
time.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Like people,
Australia. I think it's better there.
they have healthcare in Australia as well. But like
Oh,
the
I
reason
know.
I wouldn't help somebody is because you get in trouble. Like there's another story where a guy
I'd help.
I was talking about this on my Fax Fox stream earlier this week. But there was a guy in I believe it was the U.S. But he saw a woman getting assaulted. This guy was choking a bitch up against, right, like physically assaulting her. So this guy steps in, pushes the guy off, throws a punch, shatters his eye socket, breaks his jaw, fucks this guy up with one punch. Right, saves this woman who had bruises. He was hitting her. He was choking her when this guy stepped in. This guy gets 5 years in jail. He's a
What the
husband.
fuck?
He's a father. He gets 5 years in jail because he was charged with
What?
physical assault for saving this
I mean,
woman.
is law school that easy that judges allow this shit?
That's what happens. And there's more stories than that, dude. There's tons of stories.
Like, what retarded ass judge
It's
decides
it's
that like that's
it's
okay?
the lawyers win the courts. It goes to a jury, and the jury says this guy goes to jail. It's a criminal
That's
charge.
fucked.
He physically assaulted the man.
Okay, but like off topic, because still the guy just got ignored. People just let
Well,
him
no,
die
it's
because
it's
of his
it's it's
race.
it's the reason. I mean, they ignored him because of coronavirus, but like people ignore this kind of stuff because of the bad things that can happen to them.
It's true, but like I don't think it's like true in Australia. But I think also I saw like the video of
It's
somebody
it's
here, just a Chinese man getting bullied, and like
that's
with like
horrible. That's horrible.
corona,
Like
and
like that's the
until it
kind of
was
stuff you see.
crying, it was fucked.
You're gonna have a lot of that though. You're gonna have a lot of that because people are well,
I
not only the self-preservation, but you just
I got
have
this
racist
personal
people.
story kind of
Okay,
half
I'm interested in
personal
the
story.
personal story.
I was like in the bus, and it was these two dumb idiots. Like they were just dumb. They were so loud, everybody in the bus could hear the conversation. It was
The
like
loud, ignorant, obnoxious
borderline
assholes on the bus. Yeah.
shouting, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I
And
know
they
who you're
were,
talking about.
yeah, and they were talking about work, and I'm like, oh, this can't be like hard work. And it became clear that they were talking about McDonald's drive-through.
Oh my god.
So they worked in McDonald's drive-through. It's like, yeah, the new guy you got shit from like Suzanne. And I was my headphones ran out of like battery, so I
So you were
just
that guy with the headphones in that could still hear everything.
that I'm still listening to the conversation. I was sitting next to them, so I could have sat on the other side of the bus. I could have still heard it, but like I got like the full scoop.
Fuck, I hate those people. Usually
Apparently,
boomers.
apparently this guy got like berated because he was like at the window of the drive-through, and what's it called? Uh, like an Asian guy came. He's like, "Oh, I'm not giving him his order. I'm not getting Corona."
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my
But like,
God.
that's not even the worst thing. Apparently, he said, "Oh yeah, no, normally we make jokes like that." But he had the window open. Like he
Oh
had the
my.
window open. It's like I'm not giving him that.
Oh. See, but you're gonna get more of that. The more that this spreads, the more spreading, you're gonna have more racism.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Pasta, cheese, soup, and canned food. That sounds like deliciousness.
nice. I hope you enjoy your soup out here.
But it's I could be saying Zaltier because
No, it's
I'm
Altair from
Zaltier.
from fucking what's it called? Assassin's Creed, my dude.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I kept pronouncing the X as a Z
Yeah,
because I know there's some languages where the X is pronounced as a Z and Zaltair. I kept doing
true,
that.
true.
Oh, it's not from Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just dumb. Well, speaking of Assassin's Creed, have you tried Syndicate yet?
I already played. I did my first stream this week. You missed it.
Oh, Altair's you're
I
real.
started
Oh,
it. I started Syndicate. I love Jake. Jacob and Evie are fucking amazing. Love it.
yeah. Oh, it's a star.
Altair
Okay.
the
Yeah.
Star. There you go. There you go.
Apparently, it's a star today.
Which
I'm
is
learning.
probably where Assassin's Creed got the name Altair for their character.
Probably. That's sick.
So really,
I'd be
really,
love to be
Assassin's
called.
Creed is named after Altair. It's Altair that got it first.
Dude, you could probably just like mail Ubisoft with, oh, we named our kid after your game, and then like get free Assassin's Creed games. Just saying.
Are Ubisoft that?
I mean, every fucking studio does it. I think like when
Oh,
kids
okay.
when somebody called their kid like Geralt, like they're getting every Witcher too.
Yo, I gotta change my fucking name. Just change my name. I'll just go and go to court and change my name every week to whatever the popular Ubisoft game is, so that I can just get free games from them.
Exactly, exactly. That's great. Oh, is it? Oh, with like the double dot on the I guess. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Ah, yeah,
exactly.
okay, okay, I get you. There we go.
Nice. That's cool. That's a sick name. I'm kind of jealous.
But yeah, I think you're gonna as the outbreaks come out, you're gonna see more of that racism coming out. You're gonna see like the worst sides of people. It's I mean, and then you do
Yeah.
when this kind of stuff happens, you see the worst side of people.
Just
Cause
think of
like,
all the fucking rednecks, what they're gonna do in the south of the US.
dude.
God.
But
Remember
like
the rednecks
to
in Walking Dead?
your
It's gonna be
McDonald's
like
employee
that.
story, something relevant to that. Did you know like a lot of McDonald's managers like you try and call in sick and they'll be like, no, we don't have anybody to cover you. Come in.
What are you cutting out?
So McDonald's employees. So a lot of managers, if you try and call in sick to McDonald's, they'll be like, "We don't have
Mhm.
anybody to cover you. We need you to come in," and they'll force you to come in even though you're trying to call in sick. So there's people that will, out of spite, come into work sick with the flu, and that it spreads even more.
Wow.
It spreads even
True.
more from fast food restaurants and other businesses that don't let their employees call in sick.
hmm You said that, but you got no idea how many refer me to Assassin's Creed.
I can assume it's a
Yeah, but
lot.
like,
I can assume
is
it's a
that a
lot.
bad thing? Is that a bad thing though? Is it? I don't know. It seems like kind of cool.
But yeah, I
And
did
yeah, I'll
start playing
stab
Assassin's
you
Creed
if you
Syndicate
mention it again.
on the Fax Fox this
You
week,
get
last week.
tired. I guess, but you can just like uh, put a pencil in your sleeve and be like, "Oh yeah," and I'll stab you if you continue about it because I'm trying to keep my identity a secret. Otherwise, I'd be a very shitty assassin. You know?
Or just get the actual Assassin's Creed gauntlet that you can get that has a real knife in it.
True, but that's some mall ninja shit.
Mall Ninja. Still.
I use real knife.
There
Okay,
you go. See, I know what's up. I know the deal. I know
I
what's
know,
up.
I know. You go enjoy your butter knives. I don't. That's a
Butter
real
knives.
knife too.
You can kill somebody with a spoon if you try hard enough.
I mean, that's true. I mean, that's like as far as I would go. Like that's the most effort I would put into looking like an assassin, just duct taping a butter knife to my wrist.
I feel like that would be more Mall Ninja than anything else.
Nah, you should look up the Reddit mall ninja shit. It's
Oh,
great.
I've seen it. I know what you're talking about.
It's great.
Oh my god.
Fucking guns with with like knives and stuff fucking attached to it. It's great.
Oh, But is there anything else you wanted to cover?
Not really. I'm all good.
Doctors are starting to die from and like there's a story to like young and healthy. This doctor was exposed to it 9 years old. That's like 29 years old is like in that prime. 25 to 30, 25 to 40 I believe
Exactly.
is like prime.
But he was like a whistleblower too. Like he exposed it to a lot of people.
The Dragon Claw Gauntlet when you were younger, that'd be awesome. We all do stupid
like,
things when we're younger.
The doctor was like a hero because he treated a ton of people, even though he knew he could get infected, and like the government just forced him to be like silent.
Well, a lot of people, a lot of things. Like, have you heard about the Facebook suppression and like Twitter suppression, where like accounts are like getting deleted and posts are getting deleted where they're trying to share information?
Yeah, but probably Reddit. I think I saw it on Reddit. It's probably having on Reddit because Reddit is like so influenced by fucking China.
But yeah, that's another thing. All the social media, it's not just Facebook and Twitter, but Reddit is also suppressing information and deleting posts and deleting users.
Yeah,
people are getting banned on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, all the top social medias. They're banning and suppressing information that people are trying to release about the coronavirus. Like with the Italy thing, when people were trying to tweet out and like post like, "Hey, here's where you can go. We've only got 100 of this left, so if you want to go there, go there." And they're getting banned and deleted for it.
Want to try stopping the outbreak by informing people? No, thank you.
Right? Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, here's actually I want to get to some of the more of these myths just before we go. I know we're going a little over.
Sure, I'll look on the screen.
But I want to go over some of these myths because like you need to be within an infected person for 10 minutes. That's not true. You can have very short interactions. You can like I said, those people that are spreading it through touching elevator buttons and handrails and shit like that. Like you can touch that and touch your face or eat something without washing your hands, and you get infected.
6 feet. That's like 2 meters.
Yeah, dude. Do you know how far a sneeze actually goes? Have you seen the actual MythBusters on sneezes?
I know, but look, even here, it's possible to be infected with shorter interactions by picking from contaminated surfaces like the fucking elevator buttons.
Yeah,
stuff you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what it counts.
The big thing, I don't want to show it. I don't want to get another copy strike on our channel.
It's not even as a joke. You're actually putting people at risk.
Yeah. Oh, dude. And then that's part of the thing from that corrupted blood from the WoW thing that I was talking about, where there was like people in World of Warcraft that were trying to infect people because it's just a game, right? They're trying to infect people in the game, but people are doing that in real life. That's what you can't simulate in the simulations that the CDC and GDC run. You can't simulate assholes that try and spread the disease.
Exactly. I mean,
and
it should be something like it, like a simulation that just assumes the worst in people.
Well, I mean, that's what we're in right now. we're in a simulation right now.
Fuck, you got me there.
But I'd love to bring up the video that the MythBusters, but I think we get another copy strike on our channel that we already got from showing a quick clip. But the MythBusters did they had a dinner party where they simulated somebody who was sick, but they did like a nose drip at the standard rate that your nose runs, and they did it with like fluorescent. It was invisible to the naked eye, but it was fluorescent paint basically. And so they did a dinner party where everybody came, and the person who was infected did their best to keep themselves from spreading it. They did everything that you should do to keep it from spreading, but they had the nasal drip thing going that was like simulated the actual runny nose when you're sick, and it spread everywhere. When they put the black light over there, it was everywhere.
Holy shit.
It spread even though they were trying not to spread it.
Yeah.
Like, check out that MythBusters episode. It's absolutely crazy to see. And it shows how hard it is to actually...
You need like a certain threshold to get infected, of course. So it probably does help. Like, don't be like, oh, well, I can't stop it anyway because of MythBusters.
Do your best. Yeah, I'm not saying don't do your best, but I'm saying, like, it's crazy how easily shit actually does spread. And here's another claim that I want to cover that we kind of talked about earlier. A vaccine could be ready within a few months. No.
It could take a while. Like you see those shows where people are like infected and they're just like, oh, I'm gonna reverse engineer a vaccine. Give me a couple of hours. No,
dude. Like a commercially available vaccine within a year would be quick. That would be quick. 12 months would be a quick release of a vaccine.
Yep. How?
Sneezing into someone's
Just
face without any
imagine
cover.
how many
No, you got to
people.
do your best. Exactly, Altair. Exactly, Altair. You got to do your best, but I mean, it's still it's hard to contain that, and that's more so what I was talking to. Is like it's very very hard to contain these kinds of things.
Just imagine if it keeps growing at this rate, how many people would be infected in 12 months?
Exactly, exactly, and that's a
I
quick
mean, that's where
vaccine.
the 80% figure comes from, I think.
Okay, this is
I
if a
think it could
pandemic
definitely.
is declared, there is still a chance to survive the pandemic, but it's going to get bad.
Hmm. Like, just imagine. I think it's gonna like at least hit a million. I don't know if a million deaths like
Oh,
would
if
survive.
it spreads, if it goes as bad as the flu, like we've already talked, that's 6.5 million deaths that we'll see worldwide. Plus,
True. That's annually, so we'd have like 6.5 million deaths before we get a vaccine if it's quick.
yeah, yeah, if it's quick. And then think about this: anti-vaxxers. Anti-vaxxers won't take the vaccine, so they're going to
Yeah,
continue to spread it after the fact. And if you know anything about vaccines, if you have a bunch of people who don't use the vaccine, it can
yeah,
render the vaccine useless. The
exactly.
vaccine does
Yeah,
not
some
make
like
you
could survive.
impervious.
Yeah, for sure. I also saw this fucking. I saw this meme. There was a meme of like, Corona has come to the US and white women with essential oils. I'm ready. And like one of those fucking
That's just the anti-vaxxers.
anti-vaxxers
Yeah.
and those anti-vaxxers fucking retweeted it. Like, exactly, get your essential oils at ding.org.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they think they can just fucking counter it with essential oils.
They think they can counter everything with essential oils.
Fucking essential oils, my dude. Made in China.
Get a tattoo, a symbol that show they're not vaccinated. Well, here's the thing. Like in I don't know how it is over there in Europe and a lot of places, but I know here in Canada, like if you're an anti-vaxxer, you would think because in Canada to go to school you have to have an up-to-date vaccination record for your child, or they can't go to school. So you're like, oh, okay, well
Yeah.
then you're good because everybody's got to get vaccinated to get to school. I had to get my daughter all her vaccinations and shit like
Can
that.
we just like, if there's a vaccine, if there's a vaccine, can we just like shoot everybody that doesn't take it?
Just force them? No, you can't force it because human
No, no,
rights.
we don't force them, but if you don't do, just shoot them. Like,
I mean, depends if you're
don't
in a
even
southern
warn them.
state.
Don't even warn them. Like, we'll shoot you. Just like if they choose not to, just like you know.
Logarithmic things look good, but like actual stats don't look as good as the algorithmic. I'll say that.
Because if you think of about the loss of life, about how many people have died and lost their life, it's crazy. Of course.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah.
There's the full map of actual existing cases right now.
All right. I think this wraps it up.
I think we do wrap it up. So everyone just go along with it.
Exactly.
Well, here's the thing. You can go and take a course in Canada and sign off on it saying, I know I can infect other people, but I don't care. And then they just let you send your kid to school unvaccinated.
Hmm.
So you can just get away with not vaccinating your kids. You just got to go and watch a video that says, hey, you're a dick and you're an asshole and you're going to get people infected. And you can sign off and say, I know, I'm aware of that. And you can send your kid to school unvaccinated.
For sure.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous. Like they force vaccinations and then say, oh, if you don't want to do it, then you can just do this instead.
Yeah. Exactly.
I found out when like my daughter's vaccination records were lost, and so I had to go and like get her updated vaccination records again.
That was a shit show for a
That was an
while.
absolute shit show. She missed a month of school because of that. But then
Hmm.
this one nurse told me, "Oh, you can come down here and watch this video, and it'll be fine." But then that same nurse helped me get a hold of her original doctor and get the vaccination records that I needed because her original doctor was out of the country and like doing Doctors Without Borders or some shit like that. So she was unreachable, and so we couldn't get access to the files that said she'd already been vaccinated. And it's not safe to get double vaccinated if you've already been vaccinated for something.
Yeah,
So that nurse actually helped out and got the records unlocked and got the records, so it actually worked out. But yeah,
for sure. I mean, to be honest, if the vaccine gets released, my mom works at the,
that is a bit different. Yeah, out there.
I don't know what it's called, but like they give like vaccines to kids,
Yeah.
and like with an earlier thing is like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna smuggle it out for you so you can get it. So if there's a vaccine, I'm like one of the first people getting it in
There you
the
go.
Netherlands.
There you go. I mean, we're still like a year out from that, but yeah.
It's gonna be fine.
I wish I could just tell my clients, like, listen, I'm going someplace where I won't have internet, so you're just gonna have to pay me anyways. I'll come back and collect the checks after this.
Do you remember that I go to Wuha every year?
Yeah. Are you going to Wuha this year?
Well, like, Wuha is set in Tilburg, and guess where the
A
first
lot of them
corona
are.
case was?
Where Wuha's taking place?
Yeah.
Did you already buy tickets?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. You're gonna get the coronavirus.
Like, either artists are gonna cancel if it gets bad, or they're just gonna fucking cancel the entire thing.
Well, they were talking about canceling the Olympics in Japan, but apparently that's not gonna happen now. Last I had heard. They're still gonna hold the Olympics in Japan.
Nice.
Unless Japan's at 241 cases right now.
I do want to point out Hiroshima and Nagasaki have 0 cases.
So if you live near Russia, head to Chernobyl.
Exactly. I have friends now that like have history with Chernobyl. So the Tinder date I had like Wednesday, her mom moved away from Chernobyl. She lived there.
Jesus.
A family died because of it. Like, what the fuck?
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I saw a lot of doctors are shitheads that just care about the money and they'll prescribe you medicines that you don't need. I dealt with that with a psychiatrist.
Exactly.
Who just, but a lot of the times I learned a little bit about that, but a lot of the times psychiatrists will prescribe you all the different drugs trying to find the one that works for you. And you've got to like kind of go through it, but I couldn't make it through it because I took drugs took like prescription drugs that they prescribed me that made me sort of suicidal. So, because that's one of the side effects.
That's always great.
Always a great side effect. Suicidal thoughts.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of doctors that'll prescribe medicines just to try and make bank because they're being paid by the pharmaceutical companies to promote the drugs. Like they get samples and shit. They get like samples and shit like that, and then they like hand out the samples of prescription drugs and shit like that.
My little doctor told me take a B12 shot every 3rd month. This doctor came along and said, take it every day or you can take these pills. I stopped taking those pills. Okay, cool.
A lot of women have the B12 thing though. Like that's a common thing. The B12 and iron deficiency is very common in women.
True.
Like my wife's like that.
Remember the Zondag met Lubach, the talk show, the funny woke one that I sent you once?
Yeah. I know what you're
talking about. One came out about like the Muslims being imprisoned in China. I'll send it to you.
I just want to point out how funny it is that you just used the word woke. After you lectured me on on not to use it, and then you're like, "But that woke show that I watched."
Exactly.
You describe it that way.
For sure, I'll use woke based. I don't care.
It's different for everyone. Exactly, it's different for every woman. So it's your doctor should be taken seriously.
I don't always say it's just a word. I don't condone the N word, but like in this case, it's just a word. Woke.
Something that I kind of wanted to talk about today, but we did the coronavirus instead. Was phase dubs? Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the phase dubs thing today because it's like hot news. How he dropped the N word. Like my thing with that is like he can say it's an accident. And I apologize. Shouldn't be part of my vocabulary. But if you're saying that word just casually like that, got you back.
Oh yeah.
If you're saying that word casually like that in gameplay like that, because you don't know that you're on stream, it's part of your vocabulary. It's a word that you're using off stream all the time. You don't just have a slip on a word that you never use.
Dude, he just had that heated gamer moment. Just let him be.
Oh my god. Talking about liver, that makes me want to have liver and onions.
What the fuck? Y'all are gross.
I've been eating a lot of liver recently. Like Kat won't eat it.
Yeah.
And Kat, but I love liver, onions, and mushrooms.
Views, by the way.
What's that?
69. We have 69 channel views.
69 hype. We're growing. We have Altair chatting with us now. We have like a official chatter. I absolutely love that. I love having a chat.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nice that we had somebody else to interact with and like talk with and that was putting in input and stuff like that. Especially since Altair wasn't aware of what was going on.
Exactly. It gave us like a good opportunity to give an explanation as a whole, and then we just built on it.
But if you're interested in Altair and following this more, that's the link that we've been having up on the screen with the map.
This is the
that tells
first
you what's going on.
I've joined. Oh yeah, most are better. Don't worry.
Most are kind of exactly the same, so you should pretty much just hang out with this one. Just wait for this one each week. This is the only one that's worthwhile watching. No, there's lots of great podcasts out there. I highly recommend. Maybe she listens to other podcasts. This is the first one she's actually participated in the chat.
Okay.
Which I'm happy to be your first. Broke your podcast virginity. That's what's up. Broke that podcast cherry.
There's a little bit of an age difference, no?
I mean, still legal. First podcast you've ever listened to? There's some great podcasts out there. Ours is the best. Ours is the best low quality podcast. Out of all the low quality podcasts, ours is the best.
To be fair, like Steven Spielberg's daughter was also way younger. Like she could Altair could still beat you up.
Oh, 100%. I'm scared of my own wife, dude. Don't get it twisted. Terrified of my own wife too. But that's because I grew up like I was raised like, hey, you don't hit women. Regardless, there's never an excuse to hit women. Like you defend yourself, you want to hold them and keep them from hitting you. That's okay, but you don't hit women. I was raised like that, and I kind of stand by it. So if she was beating on me, I'd pretty much just take the beating. Not that my wife's beating me or anything like that, but not that I'm like part of domestic violence. Help me!
I'm all for equal rights. I'm just not a violent person, so I don't think if I hit people, I would probably treat men and women the same, but I just don't hit people.
I'm a pacifist now. When I was your age, I was not a pacifist. I did not have your mentality. Because when I was your age, I was a drug addict, alcoholic. So you're already on top of the game as far as that goes. You're not a drug addict, alcoholic.
Well, I don't know.
See, when I was your age, for this whole thing, podcast, I would have had a beer. At least a beer, if not a whiskey.
True.
And I might have had to take a break to do a line.
No shit.
So, really, you're doing much better than I was at your age.
I mean, fair. I'm probably not gonna smoke or drink for an entire month because I just don't have money.
I mean, that's what's keeping me from smoking weed for the most part. No, I made a conscious decision.
No, that's just a nice bonus. That's just a nice bonus.
Yeah, the money is a nice bonus.
The roads of this map make no sense to me. I mean, that's fine.
It might just be major roads. I'm not sure how accurate this map is as far as geography-wise. It's more so just to point out where everything's taking place.
It looks slick and professional, so people believe it.
Well, this is the Johns Hopkins CSSE. This is a serious disease control center study. They do they release most of the studies that come out on diseases and things like that. So
for sure. Right. Well,
it's not a perfect representation, but it's a general representation.
Exactly.
That gets it. But I think we do need to get out of here.
Yeah, kind of.
So Gon's got to go. I got to go take care of some things as well. I got the usual daily routines that come with. I got to go to the grocery store and get my canned food. I gotta go get my stockpile started.
Yeah, exactly. Set up your backyard bunker.
But it has been an awesome time. Altair, we appreciate you being here, hanging out, hanging with us. If you want to make sure that you catch the podcast next Sunday, make sure you hit that follow button. You'll see us come up live in the side button if you haven't already. If you're watching on YouTube,
see if people follow.
No, I don't, because I'm using OBS, so I don't have the notifications and everything like that.
Sure, already followed. Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow, Altair. We appreciate you.
Okay, now we have a follow. We need to set up shit.
I do need to get notifications and things like that set up.
Fuck, now we have to actually put in work.
Now we have to take this seriously. Altair, now we have to be serious about this.
Thank you, Altair. Goddamn.
We do appreciate you though. And if you're watching this on YouTube after the recorded podcast or the VOD, make sure you follow on Twitch, or make sure that you subscribe, hit the like button, leave us a comment, let us know what you think about the coronavirus. If you're listening to this on a podcast, make sure you do whatever you need to do. We're not even putting out podcasts yet, but YouTube, I can share that link. Give me 1 second. I can share YouTube links. I have YouTube links.
I'll give you 2 seconds.
1, 2. Damn it, I wasn't fast enough. It's all over now.
Too bad.
We've actually been growing in subscribers. We're up to Like 4 subscribers now? Jesus, we're killing it. Here's the YouTube channel.
We're gonna be more successful here than on my personal Twitch channel.
We're up to 4 subscribers on YouTube. That's what's up. We're killing it.
Hell yeah.
We're going. We've only been doing this for a few weeks, and it's a weekly thing, so we're not. And we're doing this. We're doing this for fun, but I think this is week 5 now.
5 Altair, wink, wink. Maybe 5 subscribers.
And a like and everything. Our best video though is the 2020 Crunchyrolls.
By 25% in one day.
That's what's up. We're just like Italy in the coronavirus. 25% gains.
And I mean, drop by and share your channel if you do, for sure. Also, Fox.
Oh, for sure.
Fox is kind of popular on Twitch. He has his own channel, the Facts Fox.
Oh yeah, if you want my Twitch channel, I do weekly shows on my Twitch. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and he like almost does daily stuff. Like look him up on Twitch. He's kind of big. He's always there, so you can reach out to him if you like start making videos and drop by. I'm always there in the streams. Well, like, almost always
there. There you go. That's the actual link to my live show that I do on a regular basis, which is more gaming based. It's not as much of a podcast, but well, why don't you make some videos? Definitely get some videos going on.
Oh, so they're for gaming. I
will definitely drop your link. I'll definitely check you out.
Sick.
Well, I guess you know what? I can just click this and I can go and check out your link. I assume you do. You're on. Oh, you're on. Oh no, you're not on Twitch. You're on YouTube. Gotcha. I'm stalking our new follower right now.
Is this how desperate we've become?
No, I'm shooting a follow. I'm shooting a follow to them. Showing that love. Showing that love. There it is. No, I'm big on community and being like growing the community. So I like to support other creators.
Fine.
See, look at that. There you go. Now you got 388.
Thank you, Alfie. Thank you for allowing Fox to stalk you. It's kind of weird, so I don't know what you did.
Now you got a stalker.
I showed interest once, and I haven't been able to get rid of him for like 2 years.
She's doing better. She's doing better than our channel by far.
Really?
Killing it. Killing it. Line of Sight. That always makes me think of Dungeons and Dragons.
Piercing Blow. Oh, Piercing Blow is kind of cool.
Oh no, this is something else.
Some league.
See, now you've just see by being here, you've just 5 years. Nice. I've been at it for. I mean, I'm in year 3 now. I'm in year 3 now. So, but the Twitch definitely does better than the YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep. Stalking the videos now. That's what's up.
He's getting like 30. Whenever he's doing like Red Dead, he's getting like 30 viewers constantly.
It's doing well. It's doing well. I actually picked up some new followers on Syndicate too. Actually.
When did you do the Syndicate stream?
Last week. I think Tuesday.
Tuesday. What was I doing Tuesday?
Not watching my stream. That's what we know for sure now.
Yeah. Are you sure? I mean, it should have been when I was at my dad's then. I
mean, that's pretty good. I mean, you're doing good. Unless if you're just putting out videos and you're enjoying yourself, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things. That's what I had. See, I did a video about Katy Perry and being a cannibal, and that did like 40,000 views, and that's where most of my subscribers and views came from.
But she also had like one big.
That's usually what happens. You get one big video, and then those people are never come back.
Yeah, because you're. Oh, I see. Cartoon Wars 3 raid battles, 108K.
Boom, yeah. Killing it.
3 years ago.
Getting decent views though, still.
Nice, cool.
To the noobs who think I hack. See, we're ending the episode on stalking our new viewers' channel.
Exactly.
I like the name. I do like the name Kitsune Gaming because you know what Kitsune means.
Fox.
We're both fox lovers, apparently. See now I'm just like, I think that now that we're just in a simulation because of all the foxes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice! You do the fox cosplay. That's sick. Absolutely. See, ending the stream on getting to know our new viewer. I love it.
Do you have like an Insta where you show off cosplays?
Because Gon's always looking for that kind of material.
No, I mean,
if you didn't know, Gon's a furry.
Wow. This is fake news, by the way. I'm a furry.
Actually,
yeah. Well, actually, what do you have against furries?
I don't have anything against furry. Booty Magic's a furry, and he's one of my best friends.
Fair.
One of my best friends is a furry. Arctic Fox, nice. Booty is a dragon. Booty does his dragon thing.
Like a bearded dragon, or?
Well, right now it's more of an actual dragon because he doesn't have an actual bearded dragon skin, but he's into the whole dragon thing. But he has a lot of his viewers are furries actually. I follow a couple on Twitch as well. Oh, nice, Arctic Fox and Wolf furries. That's sweet. Do you guys go to the conventions or is it just like a personal thing? I'm kind of asking now. I know we're over time at this point, but I want to get to know our new viewer. But yeah, we should get going. I guess fair enough. It's difficult to do those things, but we do have to get out of here, Altair. Gon's got things to do. It's late for him. Oh yeah, I guess that would make it hard to go to conventions together if he's in America and you're in Norway.
True.
I get that. But still, that's awesome.
Online relationships, I guess.
It's a big thing in now. It's 2020.
Yeah.
Most actually, with the exception of my wife and my daughter, who are real people. Well, I guess everybody's real people. I don't know why I always say that, but like all my friends are online. I don't have any friends in like outside of online communities.
Fair.
Like all my best friends are like Gone and Bees and Booty Magic. Everybody.
I mean, through Omegle, I've met a lot of friends too.
Like online, like that. I don't like using the term IRL friends because I feel like, hey, the people that are online are my IRL friends as well.
I mean, that's like a term that's easy to use, I guess.
It's I guess it's easy to describe like, hey, these are like, but I don't have IRL friends. I have online friends because they're IRL friends to me. But yeah, sick. We had a great time. Altair, thank you so much for hanging out. Hopefully we can catch you next Sunday when we go live. Hopefully you'll be around.
Yeah, it's like 6 in the evening for you.
Yeah, 6 p.m.
For sure.
No, always happy to have a new viewer and talk about stuff. I don't know what we're covering next week. We usually decide throughout the week, depending on what the hot news is. And the hot news.
The day before.
Yeah, the day before we figure out what the hot news was and we talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well,
all right. See you next time. Take care, everyone. Everyone, including pretty much just Altair. But if you're maybe after viewers on YouTube, we love you too. Subscribe. We need subscribers. We're trying to grow, man. Wait, bye, Gon. Wait, bye. Wait, bye. Gon refuses to be part of the team.
No.
Love you guys.
Yeah, I do.